from ear to ear. Yeah, I'm about to for real. I'm about to cash for real. Shorty got for real. If it's no mass, it's for real. I want that for real. My for real. Running the game. You speak of me, put big homie in front of my name. For every one of you lames, y'all ain't original. They all sound the same. I stay ballin'. Money like a faucet. It stay running. I can't call it. Got the bug, I think they caught it. I'm with bosses. For real. It's real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. For real. My it's real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Houston Texans. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. On 1st and 10, Watson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now it's Watson. And this will be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw, Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Open man is QT, complete. And Hill running right through it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that will be incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. Now Newton. And he's going to take a shot right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. DJ Reader with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep for the Texans is Tyler Ervin. And this will be taken at the 13. They juked him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Back out there come the Houston Texans, the AFC South leading Houston Texans, by the way. They are in first place, and they'll be home Week 8 against Miami. Charles, that's a chance for them to get to 5-3.
How about that? And remember, they started the season 0-3, and in the midst of that losing streak, their quarterback Deshaun Watson told everyone, if you're doubting us now, don't jump on the bandwagon later this season. And guess what? That bandwagon better be ready, because if there's some extra shocks to it, everyone hopping on now in the midst of this winning streak. Deshaun Watson still gets hit way too often, but they found a way to win 4 in a row, and now in first place in the AFC South.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
And that is incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They are going for it. Here's Watson. Caught left side Hopkins. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. Here's Watson. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment, it's caught inside the 25. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll run for it with Anderson. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. And Gano's kick is right through. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
And now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. And he's got Miller. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
23 yards on the play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Watson now to throw. Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
On 3rd down, Miller. And now running right through it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing it. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 26 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
And the Panthers coming out now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one, sure.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, we got a second here, Charles. Let's look back to some of those crazy finishes in Week 7 of the NFL last week. I mean, it seemed like every game had a wild finish.
It certainly did. Dallas, Washington, Brett Maher off the upright from 52 yards following a questionable penalty against his long snapper that moved the ball back 5 yards. How about Cleveland, Tampa Bay? Cleveland claws his way back in, and then Tampa Bay wins the ball game with Chandler Catanzaro kicking the big field goal from 59 yards in overtime. Remember, he missed a 40-yarder in regulation. Justin Tucker missed an extra point. That's the headlines in and of itself. His first miss in the NFL. And New Orleans gets away with a victory. And New England, Chicago. Chicago throws the Hail Mary at the end of the game. Kevin White, 54 yards. He needed 55.
Yeah.
Stopped at the 1 yard.
I don't think I've ever seen a Hail Mary come that close but not get in. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On first down, Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Panthers have recovered. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Brandon Dunn able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Throwing on third down, Newton. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3-and-out. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. Punching it in from a yard away. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Gano the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something...
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Watson Eluding the pressure right. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Adams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Back to the air, Newton on second down. This one complete to Devin Funchess. Touchdown, Carolina! Devin Funchess in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Gano out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Rolling to his... And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Let's rock now. Hey. Gun.
Back to throw, Newton. He's going to go deep for Funchess. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. To throw on third down, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. J.J. Watt able to drop him for a loss of 4.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 76 yards. And the Texans have cut it to within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And terrific field position here as they finally get him just shy of the midfield stripe.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
That's right now.
3rd and 2, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney Merciless with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7.
Hey.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this Texans defense stands tall. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
On 1st down, it's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. Space to run past the 20. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old, reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worry about traffic coming out on the other end. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared.
And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's into the clear. The 40, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he is not going to get in there. He He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A huge play there for Houston. 42 yards. A first down carry now for Miller. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Over the middle, complete. That's Griffin. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play?
Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will get them one closer. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
To throw is Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. He'll buy some time right. And an alley to... Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Now Watson underneath from Miller. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And that'll make it second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Desperation time. Watson on fourth down. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Flushed out right. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Deshaun Watson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation. But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. DJ Reader in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Throwing now, Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Vernon Butler getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. On second down, here's Miller. Finding some room at midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll be taken down inside Carolina's 15. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was looking for Jarius Wright that time. And it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And some room to work. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defense.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sister by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the ocean, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture me, you got the picture me, Pacific ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russia, ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly on, they calling for me and they, you want me like me and I look, yeah, her Rex on her, yeah, B-Rex better calm down, yeah, if you go around, come around, yeah, whole squad, yeah, squad goes on me, yeah, make some orange gel on my toes, yeah, Farrakhan glass for the chosen, yeah, you can go and get mad, jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you, my shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too, dripping my sweat.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, look at the juke. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Wait!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Go!
Shotgun now for Brady. Gets it to Gordon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. Gordon, of course, picked up in a trade from the Browns back on September 18th. And he really should help a Patriot offense that has some question marks at wide receiver.
Yeah, you're banking on a lot of potential here with Josh Gordon because if you get the total package, if you get the size, the speed, the catch radius, the ability to play the ball in the air, he has everything. Could be one of the top 3 or 4 receivers in the NFL when he's on top of his game. And they need him to be that. Remember, they traded Brandon Cooks to the Los Angeles Rams in the offseason.
Wait! Wait, it!
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And a dump off to White. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cover. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now a play fake here on first down. Able to shake him off. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Josh Gordon, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. Gostkowski the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a run with McCaffrey, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Lawrence Guy able to bring him down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first. They'll try the air now with Newton. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive.
Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Patriot football again, and Yeah, this team, it's so funny. It seems like we have this conversation every week, every year, but they started 1-2.
Oh, my.
Look, we talked about this last week. We knew that they would pick it up, and they have. They've won 4 straight this past week, beating the Bears 38-31.
Yeah, but not a normal 38-31 because the way that finished with the Bears having a chance to win the game or at least get it tied with the Hail Mary, but still a win, and they did it without Gronk. He didn't even make the trip for this one. Sonny Michel, their rookie runner, maybe on the shelf for a while. They're hoping it won't be for too long. The Patriots, though, they've scored 38 points or more 4 straight games. So guess what? Number 12, Tom Brady, still piloting one of the best offenses in the league.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. It's a gain of 5 on the play. They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. From the gun, it's Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Edelman was the intended target. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Airing it out deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Dontari Poe busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Operating from the gun, Brady. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And this is going to be incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now, bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Newton on the move to his left. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he gets it down to the 32. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, CD taking a peek at some of the injuries from around the league in Week 7. We did have a few. Quan Alexander on that Bucs defense went down with an injury. They'll be monitoring Sony Michel in New England. Now, remember, they already lost Jeremy Hill, Rex Burkhead out of that backfield, so a couple injuries to note.
Certainly, and Quan Alexander in the middle of the Tampa Bay defense, which was already struggling. They may not get him back the rest of the season. Sony Michel, they're hoping to get him back after a few weeks. Albert Wilson in Miami has made big plays all season long, has a hip injury. That could come.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Mario Addison in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. From the gun, Brady. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Foxborough after this. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They do go for it. It's Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They go play action here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Edelman, the intended receiver that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Play action supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Looking back to the air on 2nd down. It's Brady. Trying for Edelman again. This time he's got it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Josh Gordon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots add on to their lead. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The safety, Patrick Chung, is the one who makes the stop. To throw on second down is Newton. Deron Harmon right there on the coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Panthers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Newton. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Ready? Lock at it. Gun.
They will go for it. Now Newton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kyle Van Noy leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Alabama. 380. Regular.
Brady now on first down. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. On play action, it's Brady. Got some real estate inside the 30. Goes right side, complete to Grant. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Rob Gronkowski as the first half is winding down. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Gronkowski now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Here's Newton. He's going to fire one deep over them. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Devin McCourty picks it off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Well, I think this is a free play for Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So that one will be accepted. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a second and just 3.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. Newton on 3rd down. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
It was funny during the draft process. Someone said to me, well, whoever takes Christian McCaffrey, as it turned out it was Carolina, how are they going to use him? Is he going to be an every down back? Is he going to be a 3rd down guy? They're going to use him in the slot? What are they going to do with him? And I just said, yes.
All of that.
No doubt about it. This kid can do it all.
And he did a nice job there out of the backfield to pick up the first. Caught left side by Funches. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st down, Newton. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Devin Funches, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Ron Rivera didn't get the nickname Riverboat Ron for nothing. His guys are going to go for 2 here. Again, Newton. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it's a second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On second down, here's Brady. Gets it to Gordon. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Brady to his old reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a first down. On first down, Brady finds a seam inside the 40. Wide open, Gronkowski. All the way in. Touchdown, New England. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gostkowski with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Throwing is Newton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On first down, it's Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket.
And that's going to be caught by Funchess for a Carolina touchdown. Devin Funchess with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Now Newton will bring the Panthers up to go for 2. Here's Newton. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
They begin with Michel on the ground. And he's got room. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 52 yards. What a big run there to get out from the shadow of their own end zone. The defense is probably thinking, hey, let's pin him deep. Not the case.
You're exactly right. When I played, we used to have a defensive coordinator in these situations who would call the defense and tag onto it, get a safety, push him back. And sometimes you overcommit on defense, and it worked against them in this play. Offense worked it out very, very well.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, Michel. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. A give. This is Michel. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Panthers have recovered. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Shaq Thompson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. From the gun, it's Brady. And that's caught by Gronk for a Pats touchdown. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady, and the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He's going to fire one. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. Newton on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Come on now. Gun. Hey. Great. Do something.
Throwing again is Newton. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Again, it's Michelle. He's got room to run past the 20. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And down to the 29-yard line. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 64 yards. Big run here in the 4th as they continue to wear down this defense.
And that's when the offensive line coach clicks onto the headset and says, head coach, offensive coordinator, let my guys fire out and hit people. We're wearing them down. Let's finish them off with the running game.
Stop made there by Julius Peppers.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Brady going to look to throw. And this is caught at the 8th. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this.